I've been on telly, don't you know? Hello and welcome to the show. So, this episode, I want to talk about your infinite potential. Now, as you may have noticed, I completely forgot to introduce myself. So, my name is Darren Danks. I am the self-doubt coach and I help you to break through your blocks, the things that are holding you back, so you can actually go, grab, and achieve your dreams. So, anyway, on with the episode. Oh, no, I haven't got infinite potential. Yes, you have. You have. And the thing that stops you from actually achieving that is your own self doubt, or many self doubts. Depends on who you are, the person who's watching this. We all have at least one in our kind of toolbox, one of those doubts, but most of us have multiple doubts. And self doubt can actually, it's actually worse than getting a cold. It's more detrimental to us. See, you get a cold, right, and you may feel, some people, I tend not to feel that bad on a cold, but there's some people it really kind of floors them. But if you have a cold, few days, a week, it's gone. You feel better. Yay, happy days. Self-doubt, you can feel terrible for weeks or months or even years. And all that leads to regret, which is an extremely toxic emotion. Just think about it, right? You don't do something because maybe you're scared to do it or you don't believe you can do it. And then a few weeks down the line, you start thinking, I really, really wish I'd have gone for that. I really wish I'd have done that. I really regret not doing it. And that regret can stay with you for such a long time. And it can feel horrible. It can be toxic. It can actually bleed into all the other things that you would like to do, because even though you think, I wish I'd have done it, and maybe you're going to learn from that, a lot of the time you don't. We don't. We just feel that regret, and that regret, because it's so negative, keeps us hidden down and pushed down instead of being open to the possibilities and the chances we have in life. But when we actually push through that self-doubt, we have the ability to soar above all the toxicity, the regrets, all of these things. We can soar above it. And we have so much proof in our lives that we can actually do this. We already have the proof. All we need to do is look back to our own successes, our own achievements in life. For a long time, and I talk about this a lot, for a long time, I forgot the value and the significance of being British archery champion. I worked hard and I was British archery champion multiple times. But over the years, I'd forgotten the significance of that, the significance of the fact that I actually had the mindset of a champion, because you had to have one of those to stay at that level for so long. And there are so many things in my own life that I'd just forgotten about. So I've been on TV a few times. I've been on international radio, whether it's in the UK, whether it's in the US. The TV was UK TV and Japanese TV. I've done so much in my life. I've climbed all three mountains, the highest mountains in the UK, which is Snowdon, Scafell Pike, and Ben Nevis. I've done all that. With the Ben Nevis one, it was a charity event, so I've raised money for charity. There's so many things that I've done in my life, and I'd just forgotten. But when you start looking back at these things, you realize your own potential, and you start to realize that you do have infinite potential. It's already inside you. You've got it already. You just have to brush away, like get a broom, brush away the conditioning that we've kind of adopted over the years. You know, all those things when your friends, your family, or even strangers may say, you can't do that. Oh, there's no way you can do that. What's the point? Oh, what's the point in doing that? There's so many things that we're told, and it keeps us pushed down, keeps us held down, it keeps us hidden. It keeps our abilities hidden. It keeps our infinite potential hidden. But when you actually brush that conditioning away, and it's actually easier than you realize. It's like brushing away a path in the autumn when all the leaves have fallen, and all you have to do is brush them away, and there's the path again. You can see it. And once you start to brush away the conditioning that we've received, we start to see ourselves. We start to see our true self. We start to see our abilities, our skills, our infinite potential. And it's like, it reminds me of at the end, the movie The Martian, and Mark Watney, he walks into this like classroom, and it's all these potential asteroids? No, astronauts. Can you imagine a room full of asteroids just floating around, and he walks in going, holy crap. No, it's potential astronauts. And so he goes into this speech. It talks about farming potatoes on Mars in his own shit. That's the start of it. Interesting speech. But then he goes into, and I've got to look at my notes on this one, because I want to remember this for you. So he says, at some point, everything's gonna go south on you. Everything. And you're going to say, this is it. This is how I end. Now you can either accept that, or you can get to work. That's all it is. You just begin. You do the math, you solve one problem, and then solve the next one and the next. And if you solve enough problems, you get to come home. I love that. I love that speech at the end, because it's what we have to do in life. You know, are you going to curl up in a corner and give up? Or are you going to solve those problems and get to come home? I know which one I will choose, and I know which one I would love to choose for you. But it's you who has the control, the choice. Which one are you going to be? Are you going to give up, or are you going to solve the problems? Are you going to shy away from your infinite potential, or are you going to embrace it and make it happen? Only you can decide this. I can encourage you, I can inspire you, I can motivate you, but only you can open that door. So are you going to leave the door closed, or are you going to open it? Are you going to give up, or are you going to solve the problems and come home? It sounds simple. I know it sounds very simplistic. But in reality, it is. It is simple. It is literally as simple as that choice. Give up, solve the problems. Give up, be your amazing self. Give up and embrace your infinite potential. Because I promise you, every single person watching this now has this infinite potential inside. We all have it. It's whether we choose to embrace it or run away from it. And that's what I want to leave you with this episode. It's your choice. Which one are you going to do? So don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel so you get notified every time I upload, which will be at the moment once a week, but that may change to twice a week. But at the moment I'll be putting out a video every single week, and I also put out a podcast every week. So the links to my podcast, my website, my social media links are all in the description. And if you want to work with me as the self-doubt coach, you can find out more on my website, and it would be amazing to help you, to work with you, and to help you to reach your infinite potential. So for now, have an amazing week, have an amazing day, and I shall see you next time.